Hi guys. So as you well know, I've been here before. It's nice to see you guys again. This year I'm going to talk about love in Harry Potter. So love is Harry Potter. And when I say that, I'm sure that there's a few things that pop in your head and you may not even agree with the idea. But as fans and academics, we often focus on the tiniest fragments and elaborate those. Well, that's why I'm going to take it back to basics, or year one, if you will. Throughout the series, love plays a vital role. We know that it was Lily's love for her infant son which saved his life. By this act of love, Harry was protected by a different kind of magic. This is not a type of magic that can be harnessed by use of a wand, but rather it's an old type of magic. Magic that's been around for ages. Magic that's neither light nor dark, but instead it can live in both realms. Rowling leads the reader to believe that love is in fact magic. Or else what's the reason for Harry Potter's survival against Voldemort's first attack? Well, this is the first type of love, which Harry encounters, but it will most assuredly not be his last. Our young hero's journey has just begun. In order to thoroughly understand the love aspect of the Potterverse, we have to examine the opposite, that is to say, Voldemort. Instead of Tom Riddle's parents falling in love, getting married, and then producing one of the darkest wizards ever, they didn't quite follow that traditional route. Riddle's father was instead bewitched by his mother, for she was learned in the magical arts. Voldemort was not the product of a loving home. He did not grow up with loving parents. There was no pet to help teach him love. There was not a scenario where Tom was taken to dinner by his loving grandparents and doted upon. Love was at best a foreign concept. It might as well have been Aramaic because it was that far-fetched. The Gaunts were no lovers either. It would stand to reason that Voldemort never knew love. Dumbledore once told Harry that his most vital tool in his arsenal is love. That is something that Voldemort never will have. That which Voldemort does not value, he takes no trouble to comprehend. Of house elves, of Children's Tale, of love, loyalty, and innocence, Voldemort knows and understands nothing. Nothing, Dumbledore says in Deathly Hallows. If we can, let's examine love through each year at Hogwarts with Harry. In year one, when Harry can barely master Wingardium Leviosa, he is able to defeat the Dark Lord once more. Well, Potter is able to defeat Quirrell by just a touch. This enchantment comes from Lily Potter's sacrifice living in Harry's very own blood. The Dark Lord fails then to understand the importance of love because he cannot comprehend such a notion, which will be one of Riddle's many shortcomings. Love and the Philosopher's Stone can be taken even further to expand into the Golden Trio. Over the course of the school year, Ronald, Hermione, and Harry become extremely close. So close, in fact, that they volunteer to help Harry defeat Snape and keep the stone safe. I don't know about many of you, but 11, I certainly wasn't going to follow my friends past a three-headed dog, through a trapdoor, and work my way through many different enchantments and spells. And I most definitely would not have drank the potion that was set forth by Snape either. I wouldn't have played chess that could potentially unseat you and throw you across the room into a pile of rubble. But we witnessed it happen. That is love. In year two, Harry demonstrates not only loyalty, but also love when he is in the chamber. Both of those cohesively will summon Fawkes and the sword to Harry, enabling him once more to defeat Riddle. This preserved memory of Riddle could not possibly understand the actions of our young bespectacled hero once again, resulting in the defeat of Riddle's soul and the triumph of our Harry. If we turn our efforts to the Golden Trio during this year at Hogwarts, Hermione is laying in the hospital clearly petrified. How did this occur? Well, she was in her second home of the library while doing research, naturally, and she answers everything for the boys. She loves and cherishes this friendship so much that she is risking her life once again. Why does Ron follow Harry into the Chamber of Secrets? Well, his love for his sister Jenny outweighs any thought of possible death, or worse, expulsion. He also demonstrates a love for Harry because he is 12, and they both force their teacher down a hole and into the unknown at Wand Point. In The Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry is so desperate for his parents' love, or a parental love, that he seeks the Dementors out. For when the Dementors close in on Harry, he's able to hear his parents' voices. By seeking this parental love and finding it, this aligns Lupin and Sirius to be Harry's alternate father figures. He clearly loves them both. Harry faces almost certain death, once again, alongside Sirius this time, but love drove him there. This is his godfather. This is the love that Harry has been missing. Not only can Sirius provide his own love for Harry, but he's also, in fact, a link to Harry's parents, the missing love link. Hermione and Ron yet again demonstrate their love for each other and Harry because they help release Sirius and Buckbeak from their bondage. Well, I mean, Ron is in the hospital, but he did help Norbert escape to his brother Charlie under the cover of night, risking life and limb to carry a dragon in tow. It takes Voldemort until year 4 to realize the value in Harry's blood, the love and the protection. By imbibing Harry's blood, the two become further united. Harry lives while Voldemort survives. Again, Voldemort is sure that he has outsmarted Harry and this ancient form of magic, but he's wrong again. Year 5 sees a few examples of love across different characters. Harry and part of Dumbledore's army are lured into the Ministry in order to protect Sirius. The Dark Lord would acknowledge that Harry came for the love of Sirius, but rather believes that he is weak for being so easily fooled. Harry is able to turn the tables when the Dark Lord possesses him. You're the weak one. You will never know love or friendship, and I feel sorry for you. Dumbledore's army clearly has some allegiance towards Harry, or else they would not have followed him into danger. Neville asks, "So how are we going to get to London?" And Harry says, "Well, look, it's not that I don't appreciate everything you've done, all of you, but I've gotten you into enough trouble as it is." Dumbledore's army was supposed to be something real, or was that all just words to you, says Neville. And Ron chimes in with, "Well, maybe you don't have to do this all by yourself, mate." Could this be love? Dumbledore and Voldemort bring about their row again in the subject of love during year 6. "The old argument," Voldemort said softly. "But nothing I've seen in the world has supported your pronouncements that love is more powerful than any of my kind of magic, Dumbledore." "Perhaps you've been looking in the wrong places," suggested Dumbledore. On many occasions before, the Half-Blood Prince is no exception for the love thread. Dumbledore reiterates the idea at every opportunity, much to the dismay or annoyance of others. It was not until Dumbledore was gone that Harry cherished this information and used it against Voldemort. "You are protected, in short, by your ability to love," said Dumbledore loudly. "The only protection that can work, possibly, against the lure of a power like Voldemort's." Deathly Hallows brings many variations of love, as the years previously have. The love within the trio is tested more than ever during the hunt for Horcruxes. In the final culmination of the series, love will be the driving force. Harry loves his world and his life so much that he's willing to sacrifice himself to preserve it. Self-love on Harry's behalf helps destroy Voldemort, finally. Year 7 sets Harry on a course vastly different from his earlier years at school. He's tasked with finding and destroying the Horcruxes without knowing that he is one himself. "He loved you," Hermione whispered. "I know he loved you." Harry says, "I don't know who he loved, Hermione, but it was never me. This isn't love, this mess he left me in." During the Tale of the Three Brothers, the Resurrection Stone has the ability to recall loved ones from the grave. It brings our Potter back to us. Further along in Deathly Hallows, we experience Snape and his love. "But this is touching, Severus," said Dumbledore seriously. "Have you grown to care for the boy after all?" "For him?" shouted Snape. "Expecto Patronum." From the tip of his wand burst the silver doe. She landed on the office floor, bounded once across the office and soared out of the window. Dumbledore watched her fly away. And as her silvery glow faded, he turned back to Snape, and his eyes were full of tears. After all this time, always, said Snape. We see that Snape expresses not only his lifelong love for Lily, but also for her son. During a duel with Bellatrix, Molly shouts, "Not my daughter, you bitch!" Albeit that's quite an expressive statement from the matriarch Weasley, but it's still an expression of love for her children nonetheless. Voldemort has resurrected love, once again, as Dumbledore's argument. "Is it love again?" said Voldemort, his snake face jeering. Dumbledore's favorite solution, love, which he claimed conquered death, though love did not stop him falling from the tower and breaking like an old waxwork. Love, which did not prevent me from stamping out your mudblood mother like a cockroach, Potter. And nobody seems to love you enough to run forward this time and take my curse. So what will stop you from dying now when I strike? Voldemort still does not comprehend love. Love, in fact, conquers Harry's death. Love brings Harry back. Love has come in many shapes and forms over the course of the Potterverse. But love also happens in our world, too. Love comes from us believing in this story and keeping alive every day. Love comes in the form of gender acceptance. Love comes in the form of no exclusions. Love comes in the way of different languages. Love comes from Rowling's brain. Love comes from Karen and Patrick for uniting us all this weekend. Love is magical. Love transcends planes. Love crosses divides. And love encompasses all. Do not pity the dead, Harry. Pity the living. And above all those who live without love. Thanks, guys.